Sith Apprentice. Sith Apprentice is the starting rank in the Sith hierarchy. Every dark side user begins here, learning under a Sith master who teaches them how to use the Force, wield a lightsaber, and embrace anger, hate, and passion to gain power. The Rule of Two, created by Darth Bane, meant there could only be one master and one apprentice at a time. The apprentice's main job? Get strong enough to eventually overthrow their master. Yeah, that's actually part of the plan. One of the most well-known Sith apprentices was Darth Maul. He trained under Darth Sidious, mastered combat, and nearly took out Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Count Dooku, also known as Darth Tyrannus, was another apprentice to Sidious after Maul. And then came Anakin Skywalker, who became Darth Vader, also trained by Sidious. All these guys were extremely powerful, but they were still technically apprentices while under their master. The training was brutal, with constant manipulation and tests of loyalty. Failure usually meant death, and betrayal was expected. It wasn't a peaceful teacher-student relationship. It was more like a time bomb. Eventually, the apprentice would try to kill the master and take their place. Sith Lord. Sith Lord is the next step up, basically the title you get once you've proven yourself as more than just an apprentice. Not every Sith gets called a Lord, but when they do, it means they've earned serious respect, or fear. Sith Lords have strong command of the dark side, and they've usually done something major to earn the rank, like taking out a Jedi, surviving a war, or overthrowing their master. One of the most iconic Sith Lords is Darth Vader. After betraying the Jedi Order, Anakin Skywalker became a Sith Lord under Darth Sidious. Vader hunted Jedi across the galaxy, led the Inquisitors, and was one of the most feared beings in the Empire. Another example is Darth Tyrannus, aka Count Dooku, who used his title of Sith Lord to secretly control the Separatist army during the Clone Wars while working directly for Sidious. The title of Lord is also how other Sith and even political leaders might address them, especially during the time of the Sith Empire or the Rule of Two. It's more than just a fancy name. It's recognition that they're masters of the dark side, fully trained and dangerously capable. Sith Lords usually operate from the shadows, manipulating politics, commanding armies, or wiping out Jedi. They're not just strong in combat, they're smart, strategic, and ruthless. Darth is a Sith title given to powerful dark side users, usually after they've fully embraced the Sith ways. It comes before their chosen Sith name, like Darth Sidious, Darth Vader, or Darth Maul. The origin of the title goes way back to the ancient Sith, and it likely comes from the phrase, Dark Lord of the Sith. Not all Sith Lords use the title Darth, but during the Rule of Two era, it became the standard. Darth Sidious gave it to his apprentices, Darth Maul, Darth Tyrannus, and Darth Vader, as a symbol that they were true Sith. Once someone becomes a Darth, they've either killed a Jedi, passed intense trials, or survived serious dark side training. Some Darths choose names that reflect their personality or goals. For example, Darth Sidious represents insidious. Darth Vader comes from a twisted version of father, and Darth Bane used it to sound ancient and intimidating. In the Old Republic era, there were Darths like Darth Revan and Darth Malak, who led entire Sith empires against the Republic. Having the Darth title means the person is fully committed to the Sith code. Peace is a lie. Passion brings strength. Strength brings power, and power gives victory. Once someone gets this title, they're either a Sith Master or a Sith Apprentice, depends on their position in the Rule of Two, but they're always a major threat to the galaxy. Sith Master. Sith Master is the top role in the classic Sith duo. Under the Rule of Two, the Master is the one who holds the power and teaches the apprentice everything about the dark side, while also watching their back in case that apprentice tries to kill them. A Sith Master is cunning, powerful in the Force, and usually pulling strings behind the scenes. Darth Sidious is the perfect example. As a Sith Master, he trained Darth Maul, Count Dooku, and eventually Darth Vader. He manipulated the entire galaxy into war, wiped out the Jedi with Order 66, and declared himself Emperor, all while acting like a friendly politician named Palpatine. That's the level of power and deception a Sith Master operates at. Another key figure is Darth Bane, the creator of the Rule of Two. He declared that only two Sith should exist at any time, a master to hold the power and an apprentice to crave it. This system was meant to keep the Sith strong, avoiding the infighting that destroyed them in the past. A Sith master doesn't just teach, they dominate. They use fear, control, and manipulation to mold their apprentice. And once the apprentice becomes strong enough, they're expected to challenge and replace their master. If the master wins, they keep their spot. If they lose, it means they were too weak to hold it in the first place. Sith Emperor. Sith Emperor is the absolute highest position a Sith can reach. This title isn't just about being strong in the Force. It means total control over an entire Sith empire. The Emperor is usually worshipped, feared, and seen as a godlike figure by their followers. They don't just lead Sith, they lead entire civilizations. The most famous Sith Emperor in Star Wars lore is Vitii, also known as Valkorion. He ruled for over 1,000 years, drained entire planets of life to extend his own, and played puppet master to both Sith and Jedi. His power was off the charts. He wasn't just a dark side user, he was the dark side in a lot of ways. In canon, Darth Sidious basically made himself a Sith Emperor too. After turning the Republic into the Galactic Empire, he ruled the galaxy with an iron fist, wiped out the Jedi, and made the Sith dominant once again. His clone experiments, the Final Order, and Exegol all proved he wasn't just thinking short-term, he wanted eternal Sith rule. A Sith Emperor commands fleets, armies, and other Sith. They don't answer to anyone. Their word is law, and their ambition usually goes beyond galactic domination. They want immortality, godhood, or complete control over the Force itself.